afternoon, evening, and welcome to our Hanoi virtual tour. In this particular tour, me, Junior, and my other two colleagues will guide you through some places well known in the capital city of Vietnam. There are Hanoi Museum, Hanoi's Old Quarter, Hanoi Opera House, Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum Restaurant, Madame Tran Restaurant, Temple of Literature, and Thang Long Water Puppet Theater. Without any further ado, let's start the tour. First up, we are arrived at the Hanoi Museum. Hanoi Museum is an embedded in a park with ample water features, where visitors can encounter exhibits from the history of Hanoi and reconstructed traditional Vietnamese village on entering the museum landscape. Hanoi Museum is located on Pham Hung Street, Hanoi, Vietnam, and it is considered as one of the modern architectural and artistic works in the system of museums in Vietnam. Hanoi Museum project was started construction on May 19, 2008 and completed in the grand celebration of 1,000 years of Thang Long Hanoi. Within the square buildings, a central circular atrium links an entrance level with the 3 exhibition levels. These are arranged as terraces projecting further outwards on each higher floor, forming an inverted pyramid. This leads to the shadowing on the lower levels, which is part of the energy efficiency concept. By this, the exhibits inside are also protected from the sun as well. Visitors to the museum reach the upper levels via spiral ramp. As the dominant feature, the ramp offers perspective into the entrance hall and exhibition areas. The first floor of the museum is a place for exhibiting artifacts of copper materials and ceramic materials with theme of typical antiquities of the museum. In particular, there are many exhibits that have been recognized as a national treasures, such as Ko Loa bronze drum, Tan Mai bell, blue-gray ceramic lampstand, the collection of bronze plowshares, and the Long Din Bat Trang pottery in the 17th century. As in the second floor of Hanoi Museum is a specialized display area to introduce the various plants and animals, such as Ho Tai shrimp specimen, turtle skeleton in Ho Guom, some typical flowers of Hanoi, etc. On the third floor, visitors will be able to see more about the valuable ancient artifacts through the collection of Wutan collectors and artifacts that are donated to the museum by individuals and organizations. Lastly, on the fourth floor contains the conference rooms, research rooms, offices, and the library. Moving on to the next destination, we are now at the Hanoi Old Quarter. Of all the original protections around the Old Quarter in Hanoi, only the East Gate remains. The fortified walls and ramparts are not needed anymore in this modern world of globalized commerce. The Mongol hordes and ambitious warlords of the past are long gone, replaced by the investors, free traders, and transnational corporations. Vietnam's resurgent economy has brought about incredible change in this country, but on Hanoi's 36 streets, the past and the present still meet to do business. The area around Hon Kim Lake in the center of Hanoi has always been home to the powerful. For almost 2,000 years, artisans and traders from the village around the region have sold their goods here. They built their homes together because they came from the same place. There were communities of silk, bamboo, silver, brass, and so much more, and the streets there were named for what they sold. The artisans formed guilds and built temples to honor their founders and patron saints. As the time passed and the city grew, the varying communities squeezed together, forced to operate in tin houses with barely any storefront real estate. Today, there are more than 70 streets in the area, but it is still commonly referred as the 36th Street. While some streets remain true to their past, much of the area has kept with the times. There are shops selling electric lights, fabricated aluminum kitchenware, the latest fashion and souvenirs for the thousands of foreigners who stroll around every day. Artisans used to make their goods in the back areas of their shop, but now traders dominate that area. Most of the manufacturing these days is done in factories or sweatshops in cheaper districts on the outskirts of the city. Some streets are more famous than the others. For example, Hang Bak. Hang Bak is where the silversmith once poured ingots for the kings. And today it's filled with jewelry shops, money exchange, and backpacker hostels. Even though tourism has changed much for the old quarter, like bringing in hotels, travel agencies, and western bars, the area still represents a wonderful link between the past and the present. And for all the history and culture and the new faces coming in every hour on international flights, there's still that sense of vibrant community here where meals are tasty and cheap and the people are doing what they can to make a living. Alright, that's all from me. As for the next destination, my colleagues, Citra, will guide you through some more interesting places. As always, thank you for your attention and see you next time.
Thank you, Junior. Now, my name is Citra Gunawan. I will guide you to the next destination, that is Hanoi Opera House. The Hanoi Opera House is an opera house in central Hanoi, Vietnam. It was erected by the French colonial administration between 1901 and 1911. Hanoi Opera House is one of 3 opera houses that the French built during their time in Indochina. The building was used for Vietnamese plays and musicals. The building was completed in 1911 after 10 years of construction with 2 French architects. There is Breuer and V. Harley in Hanoi, Vietnam, with a size of 34 meters above the ground and carried out in a total area of 2,600 square meters with the 87 meter length and 30 meter width. The design same by the French architect style from 19th century, with design shattered windows, worked iron balconies and tiled frieze. The auditorium is 24 by 24 meters with 3 seat floors that include 589 velvet seats. Next is Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum. The Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum is a mausoleum built to house the corpse of North Vietnam first President Ho Chi Minh. This mausoleum is one of the most popular tourist attractions in Hanoi, the capital of Vietnam. Ho Chi Minh corpse that has been preserved is placed in a glass sarcophagus in the main part of this building. Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum began on 2 September 1973 and was inaugurated on 29 August 1975 with a height of 21.6 meters and a width of 41.2 meters. And this land is the place where Vietnam's independence was proclaimed by Ho Chi Minh on 2 September 1945. Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum open in Thursday until Sunday in the 8 Hung Phong Tien Bien Pa Ninh, Hanoi. Next is Madame Tran Restaurant. This restaurant is the famous and the high-quality restaurant in Hanoi, Vietnam. This restaurant serves the best of traditional Vietnamese and international dishes of Europe, Asian, Italian, include vegetarian and original menu. And this restaurant also organizes everyday cooking class with performed by the master chef at the private culture space, including the market tour. Cooking class invite our guests to discover how authentic Vietnamese food is cooked for themselves. This restaurant located in the heart of Hanoi Old Quarter and the price range $2 until $10.
Okay, thank you Citra. Hello, my name is Natashia and I'm going to guide you to our next destination, that is the Temple of Literature. This temple is often cited as one of Hanoi's picturesque tourist attractions. It was originally built as a university in 1070 dedicated to Confucius, which is known as the first teacher in China, then also for scholars and sages as well. The building is extremely well preserved and is a superbly example of traditional style Vietnamese architecture. The Temple of Literature is a place of study rather than a religious landmark. This ancient site offers a lake of literature, the Well of Heavenly Clarity, turtle seals, pavilions, courtyards, and passageways that were once used by the royalty. There are 5 courtyards in total, 2 brimming with landscape gardens. The third is home known as the Well of Heavenly Clarity. The 4th courtyard is called the Sage Courtyard and features a statue of Confucius and a house of ceremonies. And the last courtyard is called Tai Ho, in which stands a large drum and bell tower. Other than that, there are stone statues and inscriptions dotted throughout the temple, which has retained many of its original features as the most renowned landmark of academia in Vietnam. And for your information, the location of the Temple of Literature is just a short stroll from Ba Dinh Square and is also close to the Presidential Palace and Vietnam Fine Arts Museum. The temple is located between Ton Duc Thang Street and Phan Mu Street, which is about 2 km west of Hon Kim Lake. And for the entrance fee, it costs around 10,000 Vietnamese dongs. Alright, next for the last destination of this tour, we're going to visit the world-famous puppet show at Thang Long Water Puppet Theater. It is said that this puppet show has its roots in an art form that dates back to the 11th century. The tradition of water puppet theater stems from a time when rice paddy fields were flooded and villagers would make entertainment by standing in the waist-deep water with the puppets performing over the water. Using large rods to support the puppets, it appeared as if they were moving across the water with the puppeteers hidden behind a bamboo screen. The performances are accompanied by a Vietnamese orchestra playing traditional music using drums, wooden bells, horns, bamboo flutes, and cymbals. Most of the shows recounts Vietnamese folk tales and legends with topics including the celebration of the rice harvest depicted in a humorous fashion. Moreover, the renowned Thang Long Water Puppet Show is considered to be one of the cultural highlights of northern Vietnam. Most shows also feature the famous legend of the restored sword of King Le, which tells the tale of Hoan Kim Lake and the giant tortoise. The live music plays an integral part of the show with singers often shouting words of encouragement to the puppets. The theater is also modern and usually shows 17 short sketches within a 1-hour performance. Aside from the general admission fee of 100,000 Vietnamese dongs. There's also an additional camera or video fee if you wish to photograph or film the show. Well, I think that's all from us. We'd like to thank you for enjoying and watching our Vietnam Hanoi virtual tour. Hope you're interested in visiting Hanoi in person after watching our video. Once again, I'd like to say thank you and goodbye.